Introducing the Paddy Power World Darts Championships.
To Online Darts, we are here at the Paddy Power World Championship launch, and of course we had to get Hawaii 5-1 Wayne Mardle in. Wayne, 30 years of the World Championship sounds a bit surreal, doesn't it?
It does. I remember the final. I remember Dennis Priestley being miles better than Phil Taylor. That changed around, didn't it? Look, it's the rise of darts, the standard, everything, the production. This launch is just like on a different level, and credit to Paddy Power, they've pulled out all the stops.
Yeah, look, so many talking points this year, but we're going to go straight to the World Championships. Luke Humphries going in the red hot favourite, and do you agree with that?
I do. There's ways of looking at it. Is he playing the best every single game? But no, I don't think anyone is. Is he playing inconsistently? No. Is he playing more consistent than anyone else? Yes. You tell me a top-notch player that is not putting in the odd bad game. It's only Luke Humphries. Michael van Gerwen did it just at the weekend. Look, Luke got away with that final, let's be honest, but he was there to mop up. He bothered van Gerwen enough for Michael to miss. Gezi Price put in a real lacklustre performance against Kim Ibrex. Peter Wright, we know, has been hot and cold. The only person that hasn't been hot and cold in the last 4 or 5 months is Luke Humphries. He's the rightful favourite, and whoever beats him is going to have to do it by playing brilliant darts, and the format I think plays into his hands. He's already won a set play event, he's already won short course events, he's won long course events. There's nothing he can do. At the moment, Luke Humphries is the best player on the planet.
That pressure though of being favourite going into a World Championship can play with the mind. We've seen it do it to so many people. Can he handle that?
Look, I've been favourite for a World Championship. No, I haven't. Oh dear. Look, I think he just copes. He coped really well with what's been thrown at him recently. Going into the Grand Slam, it was kind of one of those, look, you've won the Grand Prix, okay, the Euros didn't work out for him, got beat by James Wade, then gets revenge on James Wade and goes on and wins the Slam. Then turns up at the Players, one of the favourites, wins that as well. Look, I think when you are at the very, very top of your game, which he is, pressure sometimes feels a bit irrelevant because your standard is dealing with it. And I really believe at the moment that everything that people are throwing at him is dealing with. Unless he comes through a bit of adversity or he's been thrown in at the deep end and he starts playing poorly, I think he'll be fine.
Where do you think Michael's game is? Because we've seen him set a world record average for the Players' Championships in one game, but then we've seen him miss 6, 7, 8 doubles. Where is his game right now, do you feel?
And then in the middle of that, he hits a 9-darter.
Exactly.
Where do I see his game? I just see him as, when he's on, he's the Van Gerwen of 2015, 16, 17. When he's not on, he's a normal darts player. And I've never said that before, because he's never been a normal darts player. But his A game wins, his B game is beatable. His B game used to win him world titles. That's changed. If he finds form at the right time, he'll win number 4. But if you'd have said to him in 2014, going into the 2024 World Championship, you've only won 3, I don't think he'd believed you. So he does fail in the Worlds because it's so difficult to win, but you've got to play well to beat him still. I just feel that his level is still there, just maybe not as often.
Are you concerned for the defending champion right now? We've seen 3 TV tournaments in a row that are way below the standard that Michael Smith has set. He's losing with 80 averages, which is unheard of for his standards. Are you concerned right now, 3 weeks out?
Yeah, I am, yeah. I'm a Michael Smith fan, as most people know, and Michael van Gerwen's my absolute favourite. Look, I believe Michael Smith will be looking at the seedings, the possible draws, knowing that it's Ross Smith or Chris Dobie likely to be in the last 16, last 32, last 16. Horrible draw. Absolutely horrible draw, and it won't get any easier after that. Look, I think Michael Smith has a lot to prove, even though he's the world number 1 and world champ. And if if you'd have said that, would I be saying that going into this year after winning last year? I'd have said no. I'd have said he's going to win this, win that, win this, on the back of winning the Worlds. The Grand Slam was the catalyst. I thought winning the Worlds would just kick him on to bigger and better things. He hasn't done that, and I do. I'm slightly worried about it.
You study everything. Is it the equipment that he doesn't trust you? I know he won't say that publicly because the same as MVG didn't, but in your opinion, is it the equipment right now that is the issue?
Right, Michael Smith has said it's not the equipment. I disagree with him. What does he know about his own game? No, joking aside, I'm watching him throw darts, and the darts that he's using have never entered the board the way the old ones did. Some of them are flipping right up. When he's letting go too late, he cannot reach and they flip up, they're nearly falling out. But on the negative as well is that he's having more flyers than ever. Yes, he used to have the odd high dart, but there was a lot of low darts in there as well with the old equipment. High darts are now a problem for him. They're so high, they're not markers. When he's going for tops, he's like halfway between the number and the double. That's no good for Michael Smith. Do I believe that he needs to change back? If he thinks he doesn't, he doesn't. Would I, if I was Michael Smith? Yes, I would.
Two players that have had a resurgence, one over the year, one recently, James Wade and Gary Anderson, go there somewhat being spoken about for the first time in a while. Can they be dangers?
James Wade, I actually put this on social media last night, and this is contrary to popular belief. I don't think he's playing well. I just don't think he's playing any better than he was 6 months ago. He's just winning games now. James Wade is so good, he doesn't need to play well. All he needs to do is pick his spot, pick his time, play well just at the right moments, which is what he's a master at. His composure under pressure, I still think, is right up there with Phil's and Michael van Gerwen's. I don't think we've seen better in the game. So yes, he can win. If he finds a little bit of form, it wouldn't surprise me if he come through his section, and his section is horrific. Yep. You could have Price in there, you could have Ando in there. Gary Anderson could draw Gedwin Price pretty early on in the piece. Price is still the man to beat in that part of the section, but Gary Anderson, when he wants it, he's got levels that many can't match, and he knows that. It's just whether it happens for him at the right time. Do I believe he wants the Worlds? Of course you want the Worlds. He'll apply himself, he'll practice with Ryan Searle, he'll get himself ready for it, and I think he can be a threat.
I know he doesn't want to, but the way Gary's playing right now, would you like to see him have one more Premier League? I know he doesn't want to, but would you like him to have one more?
If he fancies it, yes, but bearing in mind the Premier League isn't just about, it's not just about sort of turning up every week playing darts, it's about looking like you want to be there.
Yeah.
If he wants to be there and he applies himself every week, I want to watch him. If he goes up there with this nonchalant, I don't care attitude, I don't want to watch him.
Bo Greaves stole the show at the Grand Slam. She was tremendous. It took darts from the gods, from Damon Heta to Naya. As a fan, are you disappointed that we're not going to see her at Alexandra Palace?
Right, firstly, whatever decision Bo makes, I think is the right decision for her. I think she wants to win another world title, and by playing in the WDF she can do that. And let's be realistic, she's not going to win the PDC World Championships. People will say, but she's good enough, she's good enough. No, she's not yet. She's not yet. There are players that are going into the World Championships trying to have a run, trying to play well. There are others trying to win it. I want to see Bo Greaves playing the World Darts Championship, the PDC, when she's ready. When she's ready. But I want to see her win world titles first. Get the world titles under the belt. She already got one. I think she'll walk another one. I really do. There's no one to stop her. Only her bad performance can stop her. Interesting times for Bo, because her management have got a lot of things to contend with. She's got to do it right.
Fallon obviously was a cloud last year, but this year she did it on merit, winning those 3 events across the weekend. She had a TV9 darter. She's in a much better place this year than she was last year. Very much so. I think she's possibly playing a little bit less below that standard of last year, but qualifying by right means that no one can have a dig like they were. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that, because if someone gets an invite into a tournament, why should they turn it down?
look, we know that Bo and Fallon, under pressure, they're right up there. I go on about this composure thing a lot because I never used to have any, so I admire it. I think if they put themselves in the frame to win matches, I think the other players could buckle and they could clean up. I'm not saying win the event, but certainly win matches.
Who else are you looking forward to seeing? The names that perhaps that aren't household names.
Right, there's one person that I'm adamant is going to win again. He keeps playing well, but he keeps getting beat, and that's Ross Smith. I'm confused how he keeps getting beat. Maybe he just doesn't believe, or maybe that he thinks that he's not as good as his opponent. I don't know. I just don't know. But I know that Ross Smith has this ability. He's got to just carry on. He's got to believe it's going to happen again. He won the European Championships 2 years ago by playing great darts. He's carried on playing great darts, but just not getting results. He's the one for me. I wouldn't be surprised if he reached, when I say latter stages, I mean semi-final or final.
I think we can all agree the Premier League, 7 of the 8 are potentially locked. 1 spot left that they're all shooting for as well is a nice little dynamic as well.
Right, listen to this. I've been thinking about the Premier League, not the players. I don't care who's in it. Right, you pick the top 7 in the world or top 6 in the world champ, whoever it is. I don't care. So whatever 7 are picked, the final place, right? It is run over the year, so the top 7 are in, so from 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 9 players, because that's the top 16 of the world. If you get in the top 16 of the world, you have a chance to be selected by or by a long round robin basis, and you can win that round robin for a place in the Premier League. So you're in the top 16. The top 16 is what's got you into that round robin tournament, if you will. And that round robin tournament may be over 2 days and you're playing 20 hours a day. Couldn't care less. If you want to be in the Premier League, you've got to put yourself out.
Or, I know you're a big golf fan, we scrap the top 8, we do like a race to Dubai, you pick 15 events across the year, and the top 8 after those events, that's your Premier League.
Do that.
Because I love the race for...
I don't disagree with any of that, but give people, because some players are saying that they don't have a chance to be in the Premier League. Well, top 16 is doable. If you win a big event in the year, you're going to be in the top 16. So therefore, if you get into the top 16 and you don't get picked for the Premier League, it's because you have lost. It's because you've lost. You have a chance to qualify. I've cracked it. You've cracked it. We've all cracked it.
You've smashed it out of the park. Look, 2023 has been a fabulous year and you've watched every bit of it as I have. Have you got a memory that sticks out so far?
Obviously the world final.
Did anything happen then?
Yeah. That was just insane. But look, there's been a lot of great things to happen, but maybe it's a recency bias, but the growth of Luke Humphries has been astonishing. And I mean astonishing. We knew he was good. We knew he was special, but what he's doing right now is right up there with when Van Gerwen broke on the scene. Van Gerwen was good before he won the Grand Prix. Let's get that right. Luke was good before he won the Grand Prix, but Luke's just kicked on to some extent. And if he wins the world, well, I'll be lost for words. I won't be able to speak.
Last one before I let you go. There's a 16-year-old that is also grabbing all the headlines right now. He's just won the World Youth and produced a brilliant performance against Jean Van Veen. How excited are you to see Luke Littler at Alexandra Palace?
I want to see Luke Littler put himself in the frame week in, week out in Pro Tour events. We'll learn a lot about him, by the way. There's going to be times he's going to get absolutely smashed. Everyone does. This is not about Luke Littler losing. Michael Van Gerwen gets beat. Everyone does. I want to see how he responds to hard times. Then we'll see how good he is. But right now, I liken him to MVG. That's how good he is.
Is he the best 16-year-old you've seen since MVG?
I think Michael Van Gerwen was Was he better? It's hard to say. Look, the fact that we're likening Luke Littler to Michael Van Gerwen, that is testament to how good he is. Let's say he's the best Luke Littler I've ever seen.
Wayne, absolute pleasure, mate. Thank you very much as always.
Cheers, mate. Thanks, pal. Cheers.
Introducing the Paddy Power World Darts Championships.